Great greetings, people of the sky! Volin is raiding with 21 people. Welcome to the stream. I didn't catch the last minutes, but I hope you got a promo. Well, I would have heard that if you got the promo. I hope the audio is doing well. You're hearing some music, you're hearing my voice. Let me check that Volin is also here in the voice chat. Whoop. So Volin, you're still here? Okay, he's probably getting something to drink. Yeah. Just give me some feedback about the audio while I do some introducing here. We are looking today at the official PvE contest number 8, the Insane God. The plan is for a stream around 1.5 hours. We are looking at a total of 6 replays. We start with the places 3, 2, and 1, and then jump over to some nice strategies. So if you're just interested in doing in the top players, you can stick for the first half, but I personally would recommend to be there for the whole stream, of course.
Hey, Ultra.
Okay, here's Volin. It worked.
Hey, people.
It worked.
Yeah, I had some technical problems. I needed to stream and my stream first.
Yeah, I feel you. I raided one time Metacross and I had no idea what to do. I pressed random buttons and in the end I think it worked.
Yeah, you have much more experience in presenting this. Your streams look always so awesome and you're so well prepared.
Not more experience, more luck. Luck is always a part. Okay. Let's get into the event. We are starting with the rules for people who are not knowing what the event was about. Of course, we are playing on the map Insane God. That was the name of the event. The rules, playing on advanced difficulty, and you had to transform 2 of the Seekers into Guardians. There are towers and temples in the middle of the map, and your job was to defend them. They had to be staying alive till the end. There are spawners called Twilight Infestation and Manifestations. These had to be keeping alive till the had to be destroyed by the end of the map. And you are only allowed to play a deck with 10 cards. 10 cards if you're playing solo, and 20 cards if you're playing duo, so 20 in total. One player could take 15 and one player could take 5. That's also fine, but 20 in total. So just let me check something here. I'm not sure if my chat is refreshing. I think now it's working. Okay.
Could you stream for me?
Of course, you will get my screen. Give me a second.
Yeah, sure. No rush, but the same as my stream. And I think it's here even a little more important.
Way more important. So you should get now a camera.
Test work, DieToPlay. Welcome to the stream.
Awesome. Okay, then the big question. Playing an event is nice, but what is there to win? Well, this question is easy answered. A lot of Twilight boosters. Totally of 25 are prizes for the top 10 players, and 10 boosters are in the random draw, which will be drawn at the end of the stream. So if you're interested, if you get one of these 10 boosters, stick till the end. The prizes itself will be sent out Monday, Tuesday, let's say in the beginning of the next week. So don't rush the team here. They have a lot on their plate. Well, And with that, we start with replay number 1, which is place number 3. Don't be confused. That is by Dolewan and Serar. Handling in a time with 11 minutes and 10 seconds and 500 actions. Having a evenly split deck here. As you can see, we see the Skycatcher, but Serar also having tier 3 units, one tier 3 unit and a tier 3 building, so we see some interesting stuff here. Let's jump over into Battleforge. Okay. So Volum, you can see the screen?
I can see the screen perfectly.
Awesome. So let's start. You had a chat with the runner, so you know way more about the run than I. So feel free to tell me what's going on with the double fire start with the Firestalker, not Firestalker, with the Scavenger and the Green Nomad.
Yeah, the guys tried a little bit around, and there's a little different in the approach here, because he will focus the spawn quite early, while the other player has the room for the mine. He takes the S counter, which is a little bit cheaper, and they took those units on purpose. Dolewan needed a little bit more sustain, if I remember correctly, and so he took the Nomad. Yeah, we see them just parallel cleaning up the way. Dolewan is aiming for the spawner that he doesn't spawn units. So he just kills one and now kills the second. The first group was totally skipped, but we will see that in all faster replays that the first group will be skipped on that side. I didn't even know that that was possible, so that's how much I knew about the map. He's running through here on purpose and cleaning with a mine on the left side, and here Dolewan is just always in time that he prevents a respawn, because those guys are trying to get into the middle as soon as possible.
So keep in mind, one of the challenge, killing all of these infestation manifestations. So Serar is skipping that one, so they will have to go back there and kill it later.
Yes, what I said, they want to go to the middle ASAP.
As soon as possible.
And they can do those, they have to kill those, but yeah, it's nowhere said you have to kill them now. You can kill them anyway, how it's convenient for you, and it doesn't cost you too much time. Both split up the worlds here. Have that in mind. For now, we will probably see different approaches later. And they're going directly, yes, directly for the tier 3. He wants to be a tier 3 as soon as possible, and yeah, they're going here because there's the altar here, and they want to utilize this altar as soon as possible. That's why they decided to go here. And they will make a quite fast transformation.
Yeah, the Seeker already on the way. The Guardians are very, very strong, having a lot of HP and dealing a lot of damage. So having these transformed early makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do not want to take too much ahead, but I think I can say, yes, they are very strong, and we will see them in all the top runs, utilized very clever, probably very different, all played it like that, but different.
And it was part of the challenge, you have to transform them. There's no other option. Yeah. Why not use them?
We could just see that we already have one player on Bandit Minefield. Yeah, the first already got his tier 2.
Yeah, defending with towers.
Yeah, a minimum defend. It's not much what
Yeah.
they do, but a minimum defend.
That makes sense. They don't want to bind any energy here or too much energy.
Yeah, Serar is already starting to the right side. They had the first transformation and the first bug is on the way. And this bug will now be used all the time to do things. And they make a good use of the bandit minefield, as you can see. That's why they decided to go quite early for that one.
Okay,
He's
killing his
units.
Meantime, attack on that spawner.
Yeah, they're splitting up and doing things as soon as possible.
Getting away from the attack to get the tier 3, as you said, as early as possible. Nomad's done that job too.
They already checked off the transformation need. Yes, they did quite early. You see the Guardian here.
That is 1,
running.
and that is number 2.
He's just waiting here to defend, probably. Wasn't it this one? I've seen much stuff lately.
Yeah, he was defending one of the enemy seekers. Don't know the name.
Guardian. Yeah, watch the Guardian. Further the Guardian. The defense is just defense. It's nothing special happening there, but they are pushing now all the time. And they built one Shrine of War, even though there's a Furnace of Flesh on the field. They just want to have
more
much energy when they push for the last line. And the Shrine of War is always handy. One was enough for them. They just timed it. They worked with one, so less energy to bind. So we will soon have yes, just this spawn. And I was told, I hope I can say it here. Usually this Guardian wants to catch her earlier, so that it looks cleaner. It just comes up for the same. They use the Guardians here to kill them before they transform, so they have an easy fight. Because once they transform, they're quite ugly to deal with.
Yeah, they're way too strong.
Yeah, Rose, it's the player ones that needs to be transformed. That was one of the main things they had to do. Yeah, here just defending very lean and very effectively. Yeah, you cannot do it much cheaper.
Yeah, first tier 4 unit with the army monument.
Exactly, and yeah, it fits his orbs. It has a good siege damage, which will be interesting later. And even here on the way sometimes. So I think it's an interesting but not too bad pick. Probably the best, because for the route that it takes, and what they wanted to do, it's perfectly. And he would just clean up now a lot with this dragon, unholy hero. Almost every fight has some you do not need to go over this line, just first attack this, and so that this happens. It was quite tricky to handle all this with one dragon. There's a lot of thoughts behind. Yeah, and hey, they're third, so it's not too bad, I guess.
Yes. When I saw that, I was a bit surprised that we see the Skycatcher, not another dragon, but sure, I like different cards.
You know the map well enough to know why it's Necrofury here, or?
Yes.
It's often used, and I think it's a public known thing that this Necrofury can one hit if you give the right buffs. It can one hit the boss, and so it's, I think, common knowledge that it's used in speedruns. So the Necrofury is not so a crazy pick. Yeah, he's doing everything here in the artillery mode. He pulls the enemies then the next enemies to the Necro Fury to use that twice from the same position.
Meantime, killing the spawner in the lower camp.
Yes, he's all the time flying around with his swamp drakes and killing the stuff that's ugly, defending and doing camps on the lower side. And now we have the Necro Fury already in range, in brackets in range, to kill the boss if you put it down. But you have this Willzapper up there, you have this Twilight Whisperer up there, and you need to drag the boss down for that. Plus, he still needs to kill these infestations that are up here.
Yes, yes. Well, if you look at the red bar at the top, it's about seconds now. Around 1 minute now. Or more,
Yes,
half a minute.
Exactly. I would have the focus here now because he just goes in, snipes the first, snipes the second spawn away with the dragons. I think the Willzipper was even cleaned up with the Necro Fury.
Yeah, the
I'm not
Fury.
sure.
And now we see the combination.
Exactly. And now you need two things to one-shot this boss. You need to Fallen Sky Elf and you need the Unholy Hero. And that's what's he doing here. Just at the moment of impact, he uses the ability, and yeah, then Ursak is dead.
Yeah, the boss killer number 1. Very clean run here. Killing the spawners, good question. Let us check the spawners. These are all done. These are.
Of course.
And
every replay was checked.
Yeah, looking good. Very, very clean run. Very, very nice. And well-deserved 3rd place. So, and people who are joining these streams and these replays, watching, you know what's happening after watching a replay? You're right, it is quiz time. So that is now your chance to win. Yes, Dutchy, it's quiz time. It's now your chance to win a booster. For people who are not familiar with that stuff, I will post a line and you can send your guesses for the question into the chat. You can only send in one of the answers, and I may or may not add more information, so don't rush your answer. Maybe wait till I finish my sentence. Maybe some more information will help you with the question. Okay, with that, time for the question itself. A total of 216 orbs were built in this event over all replays. And the question is, which of those was the most built and how often? So we're looking for a color and a number. And as additional information, the rebuild of monuments is included. The army monument is not included. So we are looking for something like Frost 200 or Shadow 20.
Give us a number, Liorans. Nature, how much? And welcome to the stream, mate.
Also, DieToPlay Battleforge, we need also there a color.
He wrote Shadow before you draw the line.
Okay. Wasn't see that.
As Shadow, yeah, it's Shadow 119. 190 of 200 orbs, so almost not want to give too much hints.
Yeah, keep in mind, if you're going higher than 216, that will be difficult.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I guess everyone had his chance. I will draw the line.
Draw it fast. Draw it very fast.
3, 2, 1, and
Do it.
it's over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Hmm?
we have a funny situation here. I see a winner, and that winner said, "Wait, I'm stupid," and was just about to change the number.
Well, you may or may not tell the people what the answer is, because here is the chart. As you can see, it was a close race between the fire faction, the nature faction, and nature won by 68. So, who had the 68? Was it Rose?
Nope. No, nobody had 68, but we had nature 60, and I think that's the closest.
Let me scroll up. I guess yes. Yes, it looks like Rose.
Of course, a shit faction. I wouldn't call Frost a shit faction because it makes so much fun since the rework, but yeah.
Keep in mind, it's only build orb, so you could also start with fire, shadow, and your third orb could be a frost one. Okay, let me write down Rose as the winner of the first quiz. Don't be sad, there will be two more chances to win another booster. But before we doing more boosters, we do more replays, I guess. So let's have a look at replay number 2, which is place number 2. Which is by Trando and Kapo. Having a run with 9 minutes and 52 seconds with 515 action and a very different approach. We're seeing here a tier 1 support deck by Kapo and Trando with all the other cards. I like the difference. I like that different approach here.
Have a look at Kapo's deck. We will see a very unique strategy here. But yeah, we will see.
Okay, let's jump over into Battleforge.
Kapo carried hard. Yes. Now they're both doing a great job.
So Kapo is starting with birds, and here we're seeing both tier 1 fast units of Shadow. Oops.
Yes. And that's the craziest thing. That such an insane fast time starts with Witch Claws in there. What the fuck, Witch Claws? Now slow, please. We can just see that the Witch Claw hit with one buck hit the archers and one buck run through in a normal timing, and that made that they were going apart like that. And you will see what now happens in the next step. It was completely intentional that they get ASAP into the correct position, because if they were standing a little bit off to the right or to the left, they were not doing the jump as fast or not where it should be. And here on the wall, he hit intentionally the big part of the wall, because if he hit the big part of the wall, he was just spawning on the right side, where else he was spawning on the left side. And prepares the way for the Dread Charger, and he didn't even kill the lower spawner. On the other side, Kapo starts cleaning spawners with his mana wings. And I think all the small spawners will be done by Kapo with his mana wings. Well, now slow, please. What we see here is one thing we will not see anymore today. He goes to an exact point that he wants, releases, and see what the temples do.
They get not activated.
They get not activated. On purpose, because as soon as the temples activate, the waves start to spawn, and the timer starts for the priests to come that get to guardians, and these guys, they want to delay it. And as they have no unit here, but only buildings, yet they have no unit there. And They have no ground presence here, no unit ground presence, and yeah, this way they do not start this script, and they can build up easily. And we can now follow Kapo a little bit, and once in a while have a look at what happens in the middle, because it's very clever. Yeah, and he's just doing with his 2 cards a clear of the camps. He kills the small camps that he can, spawns more mana wings, heals them with a shaman, and yeah, just cleans stuff. I think we should probably have a look in the middle, because there will now happen something probably.
Yeah, having
Ah,
now
no, he
100
will.
energy.
Yes, and he will now raise his tier 2 for 2 reasons, because he wants. He starts Shadow. He obviously wants to go into a resource booster. That's one reason you start with Shadow. And because Shadow tier 1 is not bad and can do some things very, very good, but usually it's not the best option. But for the resource booster, and he's going for that resource booster now, and there's a second reason for that. It's not the most effective way, I guess, but he needs that second orb.
Meantime, defending here with a Dread Charger, and now we see
Yes, he's defending with a
buildings.
exactly. He builds this 1 resource booster, and he builds it in a way that it's still, we do not have activating temples, and he can reach the left side and can build without a unit or building. He can build this well, and this well is in the resource booster even for the building
Yeah,
time.
that was. I was thinking that was a close here.
Yes, it's intentional to have the little profit for a few seconds. They will build a resource booster on the left cluster too, but this first well, yeah, it's just running for a few seconds extra with booster. Kapo's cleaning up stuff over there, and going for some defense here, I think. Will he defend? I'm not sure. No, he's doing this one before, yeah. And we see Trando wants as much energy as possible, as early as possible.
Yeah, makes totally sense. More energy in the pool, the better.
And what he doesn't here now is building the booster before doing the 4th well, and that makes totally sense. We will see that probably again, because yeah, it just makes sense. Gives you like 2 more energy or so.
Okay, we are looking here for seconds, milliseconds.
I'm not sure how much it is. Probably it's 5. I do not know the number. Please don't nail me on that number.
Yeah, but a bit.
DieToPlay or Liorans will tell us in a second probably, or somebody else here that is very, very crazy. So, and now look what Kapo does here. We have still no activation of the middle.
Right.
And he's building a wall. Yes, he's there with a shaman, but he's going so far away, and he's not coming close. And so
still
the upper ones yeah, no, because that are Trando's, and he can come close to Trando's side, but not to his side. So we have still no activation. And he's hunting the hunts that Trando left out, and they make a work share here. Trando is going for the big energy, while Kapo's cleaning up the small ones.
I think it's so interesting with the
teamwork here.
With the range of the activation of the spawner here.
Yeah, he's going now for the next spawner, but we should probably have an eye on the middle, because there will something happen that you like very much soon. Would he really go for the gold? I think he goes for the gold. So now we have the activation below.
The activation below? What do you mean?
Yeah, no. The temple. That is now
active. He was now in range. Yes.
So do you think he went there for the gold just?
No, he went for the activation. He still needs to transform the units.
Then they still need to transform, and they calculated a time from which on they could end the run. Not most certainly, but for sure, they could end the run before the Guardians would hit their camp, so they do not have to defend at all.
Ah, okay. So the
I think that was
enemy
a very, very
guardians.
clever move. Yeah, the anime guardians. I think that's a very, very clever move. And now here we see a completely different finisher than the dragon we've seen before. They used the Ravenheart. On the way up, it defense on the left side. Kapo is still flying around with his mana wings and they're killing the small. They make the defense over here and go now for the right side, and that will now happen a lot in those last minutes. We will soon have the priests from Kapo and Trando, and those will start to walk as soon as they are spawning.
And they are going for the lower transformer, it looks like.
Yeah. Wait here for a second, and we have below that that priest. There are two waves running around, and they found a time window when they can run through this. This is now moving. They are moving away, and when they are moved away, they will run through just before the other one hits.
Ah, okay.
It's a very clever timing of the route. Yeah, exactly. They're running through a gap and now going over, and while those mana wings will help this priest to transform, if there are too many units, they die before. So the mana wings are cleaning up here, and they on the right side are running through the gap while the patrol is just away. On the upper side, we see the start of the clean that Trando is moving into the direction of the last two manifestations up there, and we still have those down, the big manifestations, and he's just moving the way to the boss.
And a total
we
of
need to
6
switch.
ships.
Yes, 2 Ravenhearts with 2 support ships. I'm not sure. I think he would spawn the other support ships too later. So once these are transformed here, there will happen a lot both down here with those guardians and up there with Trando. So these guys are coming, but they will transform in time. Hey, cutie. Hi. And Kapo immediately starts to the wall and uses the ability of...
Okay, they just killed this stuff.
Yeah, there was one of the small spawners, I think. So Trando, after the transformation, came immediately back behind Kapo and used the ability to. And Kapo can run in.
Let's check the top, which going on for the next big spawner.
Yes, he's using the ability of one of the Ravenhearts to kill big stuff here. It does AoE damage and has a great impact. While down there, just go down to the lower manifestations. They played a frenetic assault, as we can see. Kapo, when he went in, draw as many as possible together. They played a frenetic, and the enemies are killing this manifestation. And they're now splitting up, supporting this one guardian to kill this manifestation while moving up here and clearing the way to the manifestations. So Trando does insane micromanagement here. He's at both spots at the same time. But I think most of this support comes from Kapo, just that
the healings.
Trando can concentrate on the upper camp. So, and the Kapo runs so far to the right side that they can't follow him. Here, pause for a second. Here, Trando had to move away to Sky Elf because Abomination likes Sky Elf, I was told. So he even had to bait it and then to run away because he always wants to hit him. And you can see it in the replay for a second that he wants to hit it.
The AI knows what you do with the Sky Elf on this map.
Yes, we have a strong ability that does high damage. We have Unholy Hero, we have the Sky Elf, and he just needs to kill the 2 manifestations. That one enemy beside Ursak is a problem, or another one that just fell. It was important that there are not too much enemies, or none beside Ursak, because it does splash damage, and then it would not kill Ursak.
So I guess we now see the Raven ships firing their harpoons.
Yeah, there's one harpoon, and I think that's it. I'm not even sure. No, it was one harpoon.
Oh yeah, here with
makes
the
like 80% or so, and if it's beyond a certain level, it will die. And now it is beyond that level, and it will die in a second. Yeah, and down we just had this one manifestation, but Kapo was with his one bug, but he was not attacked, and he just with the auto attack did this. Yeah,
nice.
now we see the Ravenheart firing. As they used the ability down there, it was just on cooldown and he couldn't use it before. So still a few seconds here to grab, but super clean, interesting run, and that I would call exploit on a positive way with the middle. I really love to see that.
Yeah, that was insane. I didn't know that you can do this on the map to avoid the triggers like this. So I think, yeah, like people in the chat already told, have written there, oh, we can do some more stuff with that knowledge. Very, very nice. And using the Ravenheart as a boss killer, I like it. I really like it. Okay, and with that, people, you know what's happening next, right? It's quiz time number 2. So get ready for the big question number 2. Let me prepare my line. So in total, there were 987 units spawned and 634 buildings built. The big question is, how many of these 1,621 creations were killed by their own Skylord? So kill your own unit. And we excluded 3 runs because they used the Cultist Master, which screws that number up a bit. So keep that in mind. Not all runs, not 30 runs, it's only 27. We're seeing a lot of numbers already. 1,900, 1,170. So Roland, you already know the answer of the questions, but was you expecting that number?
No. I'm usually good in such guessing stuff, and I have very much fun on that. But on this one, if I remember correctly, I said I had no clue. I really had no clue. And yeah, I think it was that one. And I still have no clue how people come. And I think we see some funny big range. So between 1,200 and a few hundred. I think it's a good question if the numbers are so far off.
Yeah, I was just thinking how often I kill my units, but normally at the end of the run, when the boss is killed, I just select all, kill all, and it's the end. But we didn't have seen this till now, so maybe not the case. But we saw killing all the mana wings at some point. Okay, I think everyone had the chance. Let me draw the finish line, and the quiz is over in 3, 2, 1, over. And maybe let me explain why I excluded the Cultist Master runs. Let's take our moderator, the Watermelon Lord, because he spawned 45 units in his run and killed 443. You see the problem? you can kill more units than you spawn if you have a cultist master. And yeah, that's the reason why I excluded runs with that card. But enough explaining. Let's get to the answer. 1,624 cards were spawned and 402 were killed. And I saw a 400, I think. Yes, it's by Liorans. And I don't think there's anyone closer than 400. That was a very, very, very perfect guessing here. Getting it so close, I'm not sure. If you know more than I, do you have access to the database? Tell me more. That was very, very good call here. And with that,
Yeah. Rub salt in my wound, Ultra Lord. Rub salt in my wound.
And with that,
I like that.
It's time for the replay number 3, which is place number 1. And guess who is the player here? It's the winner of the quiz. It's Liorans and DieToPlay. Having a run with 8 minutes 46 seconds, and now it's interesting, an action count of 1,000. If you remember correctly, the other two teams had the half of the clicks. So they like to use commands.
Yeah, they have more clicks than the last two together, or?
Yes, correct.
As we can already see very interesting things from the deck. It's so crazy. Watch a Liorans deck. Looks similar to something we have seen.
But without the healing, without the healing spell, but the healing building and a tunnel.
Yes.
So
looks in and a big time faster again. So that's totally crazy. We have a lot plays in 12 minutes, 11 minutes, and yeah, then it's going crazy downhill with the times. That's impressive.
So let's jump over and look how these two made this happen. So we see the nature starting directly with the fountain. The earlier it comes out of the cooldown, the better. And then spawning in mana wings. Shadow is ignoring the first units.
Yeah, why bother with them? If they go back again, why not? So I'm not sure if the start we've just have seen would be an option for those guys because of slot efficiency, and yeah, because they would need to change all the routine. So probably it's not even a big thing to know what a Witch Claw can to what we see here, because yeah, they have already this well, and they already have one of the spawners less. So just a different approach with the same colors, partly same cards, in most parts same cards. Yeah, I think that's already insane fun to watch.
Yeah, both players doing their own spawners, so a totally different approach. Flying in with the mana wing.
Yeah, but and stay on that. But the general approach that the green player cares with mana wings for most of the small spawners and the ones that are on the southern side, they share also that the shadow player with boosters gets boosted as much, does not have much than to kill the boss and the spawners up there. And it's funny, if you have seen, he flew close with the mana wing, and the mana wing is a unit and not a building as we had, and the mana wing gives him access to the towers, and he obviously wants the towers as early as possible, so just the opposite from what we have seen.
Yeah, and it gives ground presence, so he could spawn there now a building or a unit in the middle by flying there with a mana wing, which is also interesting.
Yes, he didn't need to walk there, and he will use this concept for the ground presence he need for the complete run. That's insane. DieToPlay played the orb on the left side and the worlds on the right side, so he has access to both sides. Released to get a void back. Nothing special here, but I like the approach that Liorans just took the ground presence the way he did, and now he has his walking ground presence.
Without any walking ground presence in his deck. Keep in mind, he only had the Fountain of Rebirth, the Tunnel, and the Mana Wing.
Yes, and you can see quite some micro in the Mana Wings, because sometimes he can avoid all anti-air towers, so none of the anti-air towers will ever touch him. He utilizes the skill of the Mana Wings to get a little movement advantage, to be faster, and micros sometimes the damaged, the too hard damaged Mana Wing away that he can heal from the fountain. It's very impressive micro, and there was a little chat about the click rate, and I would believe Liorans that probably Liorans did more clicks here because
yes, I guess.
it's crazy good teamwork. Don't want to say DieToPlay he does a core job and does it greatly, but yeah, he has just less clicks and actions. And you see the Mana Wings are already on their way and doing the next spawner.
Yeah, and even just
And
using that ability for
all the time.
Yes, it's also more actions.
Yeah, but you see how much they are ahead. And here he uses the ability, goes back because he has cooldown. And will use the ability probably again when he can use it again. He will take down the next spawner that DieToPlay left over. So it's very similar in many things to the replay we have just seen, and so different in such core topics as we have just seen. It's beautiful, I would say. And go down to the lower base, where the 3 manifestations are. I think he is close to get in there. Where's the blue bug? We need to find.
I think he's in the base here.
Yeah, he went defending and got the wall over here. Forgot about that. Because he's moving all the time, and sometimes even moving on 2 different parts of the map, but he's moving all the time. He's never stands still. Hello Kapo. You said
you missed your replay, Kapo. Your place number 2.
We're just at rank 1, DieToPlay and Liorans. Yeah, you will need to watch the VOD because there's so much same things I just said. There's so much same approaches and so much difference that it's just beautiful. DieToPlay is here just defending against the priest, and again the same what we have seen in rank 3. Getting them when they're not a guardian makes life much easier. I think probably the blue bug will also hunt the priest. I can't remember that.
At the moment there is no, but they're spawning, so yeah, maybe. First doing the spit and then probably. In the meantime, yes, that bug is going in. And all the spells.
Yeah, and I've just seen an infect, and infect usually solves problems. And
infect,
this one,
fanatic,
very good.
And a thunderstorm.
Yeah, I had the feeling when Liorans explained me the run that he had a bad feeling about this situation because it was not so clean down there, and he said, "Oh, we had runs that were way cleaner," and I think still working quite impressive, quite good. And here the left spawner does not die, but it's almost half down. So yeah, not really a problem.
Yeah, if that would be killed with the infect, that would be awesome. But they have the time to walk over, kill it, and no problem.
Yeah, and on the right wall, the blue bug is now progressing, and now comes a really interesting part. Yes, he did the first bit already. Then he defended, and now he has the spit available again, and can just go through the wall. And he will just. He has 3 cards in this run. He plays Mana Wing, he plays the Fountains, and the Tunnel, which we have not seen yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. What is this Tunnel doing in this deck?
Yeah, and think, but what he has already done, that's amazing. With this 3 cards, or 2 cards so far. Going forward here with the Guardian, what now comes is super interesting.
What spell do we have on the Guardian? Oh, it's that one. Okay.
It's a warrior staff, and that means he's just invincible. He does not get any damage, and usually the unit would die at the end. But
yeah.
as it has boss immunity, it does not die.
Oh, and another thing to know about this map: how to cheese through the map.
Yeah, we see some crazy stuff today, and now we would see more crazy stuff. So, what we have missed is make pause for a second. What we have missed is there was an manifestation on the way.
Yes,
and that's still up. Yeah, look at that one. No, that one that is on his way. Oh, that's down. He played an Earthshake and an Eruption on it, just like in RPVE, the big spawners, Earthshake eruptions deal with it, and that's how they did this one, which is just damaging. And through the wall, if not seen, they just used a wall breaker. Oh, he goes to the speedrunner spot, and there he places the tunnel, says Dolewan. And yeah, their prediction was totally correct and obvious.
Speedrunner spot. I didn't know that is a real name here.
Yeah, you just saw the Guardian was stuck. The video was not on pause, so he sadly stuck there. That costed them a few seconds, I was told. He's just now dragging the boss to the tunnel, and we have a player here now that has enough energy, has its tier 4, and will probably come to the tunnel and help this poor bug. And there it is, and we see a very classical
let me check.
ending.
It's probably in the middle, right? Yeah, there it is. With the ground presence of the tower. It's genius.
And there's still the Sky Elf missing, but we have a yellow Mo for that it can instantly use.
The ability now. I was thinking, why is the Mo there? Yeah, so same kill here.
Yes, the old classic, and the map is done. I think this is beautiful in efficiency. Yeah,
why walk with your Necro if you can just use the tunnel? Very interesting strategy here. Congratulations for the first place in this event. So that was
GG y'all.
Yeah, GG to everyone. And with everyone, I mean really everyone in this event. Like I said, we're watching the first 3 replays and now having a look at the ranking. So you can now spot your run there, find your place in the ranking.
Spitfire, cast off!
Thank you for the follow. And then we jump over to other replays. Some interesting strategies, some nice ideas. Don't worry, this ranking will be also seen in the in the forum. Okay, so I hope you saw your you saw your run. Let me see where I'm Platz 11 with Dutchy. Yes, and there's a 1 hour run. That is correct. But before we are looking at another replay, you know the drill. Which card was that? The Giant Slayer? I think the Giant Slayer. It is quiz time. It's the last quiz of today. So get your fingers on the phone, your fingers on the keyboard to snack the last booster. So what did we learn in the last 3 replays? The Ursak Seeker is not good. But the Ursak Guardian is good. And now the big question. At what time was the first Seeker transformed? So we are looking at the time like, don't know, 10 minutes, the first one. That would be wrong because we already saw in the replays that the first 3 players were kind of fast there. DieToPlay with 4 minutes, 350, 320. Very, very interesting numbers here. 2.5 minutes by prototype. Whoa. 240. That's very fast numbers. That's also interesting. Yeah. I think we're seeing a lot of between the 2 and the 4. No one is going higher than 4, it looks like. So what was you guessing? Sorry?
I'm not even. Yeah, I was wondering if you're just baiting the people into the wrong direction.
I'm just doing magic here.
I'm not even sure how my estimate on this one was. It was very hard for me to estimate. Yeah, I'm not sure. We have some people, many people here in the 4. How much was it? I can't remember. Yeah, three something, four something was it? I'm not sure. Could it be?
Okay, I think everyone had his chance. Let's draw the line and look at the numbers. So, the results. This is the run, and it as you may have guessed, the fastest player did the fastest transformation there. So, Rose, it was for the own Seeker, not the enemy Seeker. And yeah, DieToPlay and Liorans did the fastest transformation. Let me scroll up who was the closest to the 4 minute and 11. Chad, feel free to help me. But yeah, but the cuts 9.5. That looks super close with 2 seconds difference.
We have 4:10.
Yes, the 410 with 1 second difference. So, congratulations to you, good sir. But I need your in-game name so I can send you the booster after the stream. So just type it in the chat. And while you're typing, let's have a look at another replay, which is the fastest solo run. Done by Dutchy in 21 minutes and 32 seconds. And I think it's also interesting that he only had 587 actions. If you compare that to other players, it's not that much more for a solo run. So he has to do exactly the same steps, I guess. And what is also interesting, it's a pure fire deck. I'm a big fan of pure fire decks. I'm a big fan of pure fire. So Let's jump over into Battleforge and look how this went.
Yeah, and as we have seen, it's just pure fire for the lols. It's not even using a pure fire card, a 4-fire card. It's just giving himself the restriction because he wanted and he can.
Okay, let's start. We are seeing a start here in the top with the red nomad, not the green as usual people do. Mine for cleaning up, and then going for the spawners.
Never.
Oh, and thank you for the subscription there. Going on to the next one.
Here. That's interesting. The split going on because he knows there's no spawn on time. Looks nice.
More mines, I think. You know how fire is going to win maps? Well, with nomads and mines.
Yeah, and he's
now
quite
the third one.
Quite a few minutes faster than the next solo run, so it was not too bad for solo, I guess.
Yeah, and in general,
and
the start is smooth. I mean, normally you have the green nomad, so you can take some hits here, but he has no problem with the reds. Now healing up again. And then going probably with a mine. Maybe with 2 mines. Maybe with 2 mines.
Yeah, 2 mines are for sure enough. I think with a green mine, probably with a green nomad, probably 1 mine would have done. But yeah,
better safe than sorry.
I'm not even sure if the green would have been better. I see a lot of explosions and I'm flashed. It's great.
Yeah, now getting power wells, I think we can speed up here and going for the tier 3 spot. Keep in mind, let me pause. There are no orb here in the middle, so he has to find another spot for his tier 3.
Yeah, better as standing around with the nomads. There's no early attacks, so I think it's a good idea to attack as soon as possible.
Going on, clearing the path. The Seeker is already on the way. Getting these this very, very strong unit as soon as possible makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, nice. Microing the nomads. That is.
So he's not dying. Yeah, that was very nice gameplay there. Getting back for healing, and that will be transformed.
And Liorans was doing this with his mana wings all the time during the rank 1. It was quite impressive to see.
Seeker is going back. Yes, and the nomads on the left side. At this point, taking a lot of power wells here. They will pay out in the end by far with 20 minutes run. Makes sense.
Yeah, and he needs to defend here. He may not lose one of the towers and has a lot to do.
Also keep in mind, these towers here at the top are not his. He can't repair them, so it's a bit more difficult if you're playing here solo. And now we see Fire Defense Tower. Yeah, the red one is the one with the rage attack. The blue one is the one with the air attack, and there is not coming air units. So rage, of course, the best pick.
It does a good damage. It's not too bad.
Especially if the Seeker is behind the wall and is not attacking the tower directly. You can just burn Burn them down. Slow and steady wins the game too. Okay, that's not looking
probably,
too good.
Just wanted to say, if he stays on the wall, because if he's attacked, usually he should go to where he's attacked from.
Yeah,
It's
just
not multiple
spawning in
targets.
small units and units to kite him away.
I think it was just baiting
Okay. Seeker comes to help.
that the tower survives longer.
Keep in mind, pure fire means no healing spells.
On tier 4 he has quite okay healing, but not before, yes.
Yeah.
Not really.
At the moment, still tier 2.
Wouldn't make no sense.
Having Seekers at all walls. Yeah, the rage of the tower helping, but that tower goes down, but his own Seeker cleaning up the rest. At the meantime, the mine is dealing a lot of damage against that unit.
Yeah, the combination, 2 towers, mine,
the nature towers, yeah. I think the mine is scaling so good into tier 2 and sometimes even into tier 3.
Do we have a moderator here? Liorans is using bad language.
You should do this in your not Discord, in your Twitch chat. Ban that word.
Yes, probably. And now utilizing the Guardian, as we have seen. Yeah, I think it's a quite strong tool if you're just tier 2. He has not much spell support.
Yeah, keep in mind, only 10 cards.
Yes. And pure fire, I think pure fire is not the first thing that you think when soloing such a map. I like fire very much, but yeah, it's usually not a first choice for such things.
Yeah. It's also cozy to just have a healing spell for if you have problems. Being tier 4 spot, I think we can speed up here for a moment. The next Seeker is already on the wall. Mine and double tower sealing the deal here. And tier 4 is going up. Not taking more power wells at the moment. Not here, and not here. So I guess that is the end of the power collection.
Yeah, he has still stuff to do, but I think I cannot see it clearly. He has over 2,000, way over 2,000 energy coming. I think he should be fine. He can just spawn dragons and use these dragons.
Yes, and now we have also the shrine.
And build defense, of course.
Yeah, probably one of the strongest air units if they are in rage mode.
In rage mode, they are for sure the strongest. They have crazy damage.
And number 3.
Yeah, and he uses Bloodthirst, which further buffs the damage. So they're doing good damage. You could just see those two L units melting at once. They're now in rage and should do a lot of damage.
Yeah, killing that wall with 3 fires. Here's a fire sphere. That's a lot of dead units.
Yeah, and the blood healing is very convenient here. Nothing's going down. Yeah, that was a little bit too much, I guess, but probably on purpose.
Okay, now closing the round in the low part of the map, getting that spawner next, but also doing here cleanup.
Yeah, I think that's all what we will see from now on. He will play Bloodlust on these units, spawn more dragons on cooldown, and build some defense towers. Clear the spawners and go for the boss.
And you saw he killed his own Seeker. Dolewan asked that before, I guess, when he will do the second transformation. Well, probably soon. He has already the first Seeker. And he will find a nice spot to transform this unit. Only one camp here left, and then he can go for the top part.
Yeah, and with those dragons, I think that will be a smooth thing.
If he can find a nice... Ooh, that's a dead Seeker. He had to be careful with the silence effect with the dragons.
Yeah, the silence effect could be annoying, and as well the paralyzer.
Yes, both right. Ooh, that was a close one. But tier 4 spells help a lot. So we are now at 5 dragons. Seeker gets transformed. With that, doing the objective for the event. Yes, transformed.
Yeah, and the rest is history here. I think the 5 dragons, they have so high DPS. They need neither to fear the Will Zapper nor the Twilight Whisperer, which silences. It cannot silence all 5 dragons.
Yeah, and with the Fire Sphere, you don't have to deal with that building at all.
Yeah. Yeah, fire has crazy firepower these days, so nothing pure fire can't deal with.
Yeah. And now only one building is left, and then Ursak.
He kills even the healer. The healing building.
Ooh. Ursak is still doing a lot of damage, so without the unity there would be a dragon dead.
Yeah, but even if he has 4 left, and
if you see healing, the HP melting down.
Yeah, and I think it's very impressive that the by far fastest solo run is Purefire one. That was really inspiring.
Yeah, people play Purefire. It's fun. It makes boom. So Dutchy, congratulations to your fastest solo run here. I think it's also nice to mention Dutchy had 3 runs in this event, and he did one with me, he did one with Metacross, and in all he played with the whole team a Pure Fire deck. So Dutchy is Team Pure Fire, I guess. And while I'll switch over to the next replay, I thought let's have some more statistics. It is not a quiz, but I wanted to share some information while I click on some buttons on my end. And so the funny did you know side returns. And did you know that 13 out of our 30 teams used the army monument, and only 2 teams decided on the enlightenment? I personally was thinking that there will be more for the enlightenment because there are 2 orbs in the middle, so you can directly go tier 3 and just enlighten stuff and go for the base. But of course, army monument, you can just stay tier 4, makes a lot of sense. But my first idea was that. And we are looking at one of these replays. That replay is by Haruke, and Sorana. These two are our newcomers because they are placed, I think, place number 5. Yes, place number 5.
Yeah, they're place number 5.
In the overall ranking, and not a lot of people heard of them. And so that's the reason why we want to show off the run. We had a 12 minutes and 10-second run here with 530 actions, but you can already see some similarity. We have again the support deck with the mana wings, the fountain, and the healing spell. But we also see the enlightenment and the army monument. And if you see enlightenment and a Batarial, I think you know he is not going for a 4 fire orb deck. But it will be a different approach. For some part, we already see the Necrofury and the Fallen Skyf. That is probably the ending of the run. So let's jump over into Battleforge.
What I think what's too interesting is that there's a fire sphere, which you will probably enlight too. I've never heard of these guys, and they are an impressive community up there. There's only players around them, which we all know, and nobody ever heard of. I won't say nobody, but I've never heard of those guys. And yeah, we're seeing pretty common speedrun stuff. But let's see what exactly. Because they were following, I think they were closer to, we have seen that before. They were closer to place 3 than rank 2. Rank 2 was further ahead than those guys are behind.
I see. We can jump over to the ranking after the replay. But as you said, speedrun strategy, we saw that first with the mana wings to get the ground presence here, get the countdown running, mana wings clearing the top part, the both spawners, the dread charger killing the spawners here, letting that one live, and now getting a lot of power wells and then probably going tier 3.
Yeah, this is very close from the beginning to the tier 1, rank 1 approach.
Yes.
It's very, very similar.
Seeker on the way to transform, mana wings clearing the way.
And
in the meantime,
correct me if I'm wrong, they're team number 2 with the timing of the Guardians. Is that correct?
That was team number 2, right? This was Kapo's run, yeah. And double shadow, you know the drill. We got the resource booster. Very nice spot to have 4 power wells.
Yeah, the same what we have seen before, building 3 wells, the resource booster, and then
the 4th.
The 4th well.
Yeah.
Can be a Dolewan. I would have need to check that. But probably yes. Can be. Yeah, we have this blue bug defending in between. It's all the same as DieToPlay and Liorans, and DieToPlay and Liorans have been names when I was thinking Shamans, Wheels, all that's cool stuff. Stonekin is strong, and then those guys already play speedruns.
Yeah, switching the bug against the mana wings, they can attack while the enemy bug is attacking the wall, and his own bug now on the left side. In the meantime, building tier 3 and now probably somewhere, yes, the army monument. Now double shadow, double nature. Yes, he will not play the fire sphere from his deck. He will enlighten it to play it.
We've seen that before from Radical and Hero in a contest. They enlightened the fire sphere.
I guess we will see it. Oh, here's the Infect, an Enlightenment, and the Fire Sphere. Very nice. You don't need Fnatic to get Infect running.
I would have almost expected Shrine of War to hit.
Yeah, there was no Shrine of War in the deck. They don't have the slot, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
They could have kicked something out, maybe. But to be honest, that was a super clean run. And if they had the Shrine of War, they would have the energy already in their pool back, without binding any energy here in any units.
You must know I am biased on that. It was a picture I've seen more than 100 times in my life that somebody plays an Infect, somebody plays an Enlightenment, and the next things that happen is either a Soul Shatter or a Thunderstorm, and in the exact moment Shrine of War going off, because that's how speedruns in
It is.
PvE often kick off.
Of course, of course. If you in voice chat, and they probably were, this is so coordinated, like all the runs we have seen already. It's so clean.
Yeah.
Then you can pull something like this off.
Yes, it's. I think there must be some public information on how speedruns here are usually played, because it's executed very well, and the main difference is that they have this material clearing, while Liorans and DieToPlay find a very clever way to sneak through without investing this energy before the player in the middle was tier 4, and I think that's the big difference here. Still very impressive. There's Vanky and Lebo a few seconds just before those guys. There's Ansca and Blashurk right after these guys, a few seconds off, and they're very close to the rank 3, and I think they did a very good job here. Yeah, I think I've seen that before. The way to do it like this.
Yeah, as you said, there is a lot of resource on YouTube how to speedrun this, how to solo this even, and that was a very close bateria.
Yeah, if it should DieToPlay, I probably use that. It was just the timing. If Infect and Enlightenment go together. Oh, we have 3 fallen Skylords here. That's funny.
I think that is safety first, because we already learned that this guy likes fallen Sky Elves.
I think those guys could have made better if it's about that, but I can't imagine. Probably the Whisperer?
Yeah, I think they decide to play it safe.
Rank 5 is 1 minute slower than reaching rank 3. Yes, Rose, exactly. And rank 2 is, I think, more than a minute ahead, or almost a minute. I'm not have the numbers in.
Yeah, we'll go through a ranking list in a second. Okay, Fire Sphere for the Will Zapper and the Spawner, killing the Batarial. And then we will see the quick kill probably. Ooh, nice. I always forget how much damage that card can deal. Switching. Oh, double. Okay.
And they have the Unholy Heroes, so they could one-hit him.
They have the energy.
Know. Yeah, perhaps they didn't know.
Unholy Hero.
They have a backup. Yeah.
They kited out the shot of Ursak. Ursak killed one. Okay,
yes, that could be a good reason.
Very, very nice run here. And like I said, that was rank number 5. I can switch over to the ranking list. Give me a second. Scrolling. And here's the ranking list. And yes, that was place number 5. Only 1 minute to place number 4.
Exactly. And rank 3 is 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was closer, right. Okay, while I'm preparing the next replay, let me show you another Did You Know? And this one is about power wells. I think it was very interesting the amount of power wells people collected. You can see that, for example, rank number 7 took only 9 power wells, additional to the starting wells, and Dutchy with the solo run was always only using 7. Of course, solo, the others are duo runs, but still, it's very interesting to see that you don't have to collect a lot of energy, power wells, sorry, to have a fast run. Rank 3 took more than rank number 2, maybe. If they have skipped the 2 power wells, they could have been faster. Of course, still a bigger gap between rank number 2 and number 3, but power wells could help, maybe, who knows?
Yes, but you see a little bit what DieToPlay says. Those with the most energy wells ended up in the top field.
Yes.
So here, obviously, it's not, and you have to be very careful with that. More power well does not always mean that it's better. But yeah, they found the right amount of power wells and utilized them correct.
Yeah, and especially with the power wells in the middle and the booster. So we have one last replay for this evening, and it is the Girlsrun. So if you are in the PvE league, or if you are joining the weekend sessions with Dutchy, she hosts there some events or just playing for fun, and there are 2 girls. That is Salty Popcorn and Little Ducky, and both did a girls run with 25 minutes and 46 seconds with 924 actions. And if you're familiar with the game, you will realize that all units in this deck are girls. And yes, Nectar Fury and the Tortoise is handled as a girl, so girls' power work on these both cards. So let's jump over into Battleforge, into the last replay of today, into the Girlsrun.
I like the idea totally to make just a meme run with a topic, and 2 ladies say, hey, we're just playing with ladies. I like the idea to make a fun run with that, and yeah.
Maybe I should mention that Salty Popcorn is not doing the Frost start. A lot of people think that Salty is a Frost player, a pure Frost player, but he plays what she wants. He's not always playing Frost. But the Frost start is probably the better one here, because there are a lot of small units in the beginning, so you can knock them around. The Night Guard having a very bad time with the squad mechanics. Have to hit every unit with a single spear here.
Yeah, just what you say. Oh, the Night Guard is
It's
such
terrible.
a handicap. It's such a handicap.
Yeah, probably the reason was to have the first Shadow Orb. Yeah, the Frost Mage just coasting around, getting power wells, waiting for the wave before going in. Else to fight against 4 squads would be probably suicide.
Yeah, you have not much options with the restriction to the ladies. Frost is in a quite comfortable position and can just spam archers. They will deal with it. I'm not sure how the next camp looks. And
Yeah, the next one. Oh, the next one would be just ignored. Okay. Oh no!
Yeah, we have seen such things before, like just ignoring this group and this spawner.
As
I
you
was told
see,
by one of the groups. Yeah, I've seen. I've seen. I was told by one of the groups that this spawner on the left side, or both inside spawners, they spawn very, very small groups for a long time, and so they can be ignored.
Hmm. So if you see, the attack was not successful, but they did not do the restart. It's a meme run. It's a fun run, and they are not aiming here for the top place. The important part was to have fun in the event and to be part in the event, and I think that's a good message, a good spirit here for the events in general. You don't have to be place number one. It's always fun to have a challenge here in Battleforge.
I liked that Salty came over to Ducky to help her. That looked really fun. Blocking the units off. Our the night guard's going on the hunt.
Bandit Minefield.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, with the Bandit Minefield, that's already one of the best cards. Now making the Shadow start worth it. Frost also now going for a Shadow Orb, but not playing any Lost Souls cards, only for the tower, the Time Shifter. We will see in probably some minutes.
In some minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, power wells are more important, as we have learned.
That's the way Liorans how Twitch displays it. It happened to me too, and yeah, I hate it. It's displayed in a very weird way.
Okay, so spawners are all killed besides that one here in the first camp. But first, focusing on the defense. As soon as the Seeker hit the wall, you need there something. And that is the first Seeker. I'm not sure if one of the tower will be enough. It's a decent damage dealer. Oh, was that? Yes, it was Glaciation. Okay, that buys a lot of time.
That buys a lot of time. More clever idea. I like it.
Yeah, and you could spam this on cooldown, so if they need more time, just another round.
Yeah, but still there are 4 of those guys coming. You can use it
only on one watch,
hitting
sure.
at different times, but it doesn't solve all problems alone. But it's a clever idea, I think.
Okay, going with the Seeker on a walk. And oh, we missed the Turtles gun. Where it was the... okay, yeah. Also, the Void Return is ready. And now the Turtles gun. And you see the bar under the tortoise, the yellow thing? That is the funny bar. If this one gets too low, the Turtles gets hungry and starts eating stuff. And the Turtles likes own units. So if the Turtles gets hungry, it will kill your own units. And that's probably the reason why... Yes, why the Necrophory has been spawned.
Yeah, a common card to feed the Tortagun is Ember Strike, because he spawns Undays, has quite okay HP. And yeah, but he's probably a guy, I would say. And yeah, why not? I was
Elemental
just
or something like this, yes. So first Seeker gets transformed. Or not? No.
She could probably eat those Guardians. They give a lot of HP too, but yeah.
I don't think the Guardians are female. I think they are some other class.
Yeah, but the ladies couldn't avoid that, so that's totally okay. Our leader immunity is a good hint, probably not eatable. Bugs are probably not eatable.
And there goes the next one. And the next one getting ready to eat or just drifting with him. But only doing it here with one XL unit, a tortoise needs a lot of attention, so a lot of micromanaging only on one unit. So doing a lot of multitasking is quite difficult on this map.
Yeah.
Now
and
switching
they have
sides.
Yeah, and they have probably the problem that they could not build the Tottegun deck as they wanted because of the restrictions with the number of slots.
Right.
So
right.
it's not like you usually probably want to play Tottegun with many spells, an Ember Strike, and such things.
Yeah, and you see they are floating on energy by this point.
Liorans, as soon as you have the third message in a row, it looks weird. Yeah, teleport to get just a few meters. That's funny, and I think the Tottegun can do the rest from the outside. Yes.
And she will do, yes. Now getting the crap. No frenetic? No frenetic. Oh, okay, they turn around. Even better. And now is the range enough? Yes. Even with a Earthshaker. Ooh, and that's very low HP. Well, that was a bloodthirst. That was a bloodthirst, and okay. You need to attack to get the bloodthirst.
I wasn't sure all the time if that will survive, but apparently it does.
Yeah, that was a close one. Keep in mind it's a bandit unit, so attacking heals that thing. But okay, now it will die.
Move killed it.
Yeah, that probably. Yeah, the tower blocked. She probably clicked to go into the middle, and the unit just turned around and wanted to go through that gate.
That's possible. That's truly possible. Yes. So you see, this is not really grinded out hard, but
No.
I like the idea that you come to a challenge like that, which already gives some restrictions. You put yourself on further restrictions. That's really funny, and giving that run a topic, that's really great.
Here you saw eating the guardian, the seeker.
The priest. No, it was just the priest, the seeker. It's still open if it can eat the guardian. And the priest gets a bug.
Yes, yeah.
If I would be a Tottegun, I would not eat bugs.
Can the turtle? Yeah, it can attack air. I wasn't sure at the moment.
Here's some meat shield from all the Necro Fury.
So the bar is getting higher based on the HP or on the maximum HP. Do you know it?
I think it's the actual HP.
Okay, so this half-dead unit is not helping a lot.
It's not helping a lot, but she can heal it up now.
Yeah, it's... yeah.
And
The
spawn another
tortoise is
one.
hungry. Nom.
Nom nom. Yes. And it's tortoise. I start calling it tortoise too. Does a lot of damage with Unhealthy Hero. See that? Everything it hits dies. Not too much AoE, but everything it hits dies.
Yeah.
But still, they have no healing and fighting with everything they have because of the slot restrictions here. Even some M units, everything that they have, they throw to the enemy.
Just let me
No,
look through the map, and they already killed.
8.
Yes, they killed all.
It's 8 for Rose. The DP20 is, I think, the highest in the game. Just the shown DP20.
Yeah, it's a high damage there.
Yes, it shoots quite fast, and I think it should 2 or 3 shoot the Abomination. If she kills it.
Now with ooh. Okay, there kicked some
of
support
course,
spells in. But the big question is it a tortoise or is it a turtle? I'm not from England. I have no idea what's different is, but probably something that one thing is living on the sea and one thing is living on the ground. So we need the one who is living on the ground. Second one.
I want to know how strong the damage is, because it is an L counter.
Yeah, the buffed one. But the healing. Ooh, we need healing. Out healing.
Distension.
Yeah, out healing. Disenchant. Okay. I just realized that Ursak is an S counter. No! 2000. Oh, god damn it. That could be a 23-minute run. That's
Yeah,
sad.
it hurts.
And now he is near that healing building, right? Ah, no, he's not healing. Okay.
Yes, prototype, it's anti-L. But the boss is L.
Yes.
That's
okay, now doing...
No, this will not work like this.
Interesting warp there. Okay.
Salty did confirm to me that this was the first and only attempt. Yeah, they could have grinded out a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's a tough challenge though with these cards. It's really a tough challenge.
Okay, another unit probably for eating. Okay, but now that should work.
Yes, that should work.
Awesome.
The L counter does enough damage. Watch, even the dragons melt.
It's a very, very nice run here. Well, let me switch
I like
over.
The meme. The meme was great.
And yes, with that, there are only 2 things to do. Number 1 is, did you know? That is the cards played in the event. And I think this statistic is looking very interesting. Just the top 4 played cards were spells. And the Surge of Light was number 1. And I think we saw the top 3 runners with the top 2 runners with the Mana Wings. And other probably 2. They needed some healing, and Surge of Light makes sense. Then the Wind Weavers, followed by buildings. And yeah, on that map, buildings make a lot of sense. I was expecting buildings to be high, but having spot number 6, that was interesting. So yeah, more spells than units, and a lot of towers in the end.
And there's something else, which is really curious. That's the bear beasts. I mean, a few, okay, but top 10? What? Okay.
Okay, and with that, we are jumping to point number 2, which is a random booster time. So if you are playing in this event and not made it into the top 10, you are entering the random booster pool. We never have done this on stream. It is always a first time for everything. So let me switch over to our Wheel of Fortune. If I find the button, there it should be. There it is. So, yeah, we have here our, I think, 20 player. No, it's more. It's more.
24?
28? I think 28 it was.
I have a déjà vu. I don't know.
Yeah, I
something
just
like
opened
that.
the file. Give me a second. It is 28 players. So we will now spin the reel and find out who will win the first random booster. So
I wonder if this wheel, if this stops on your name, will you ever try to stream again?
thank you. It is not my name. So we have the first person here. And before we spin again, let me just fix some names, else people will shout at me for not fixing that earlier. Whoopsie.
Let's shout. Only cut the fingers off. All good.
And let's run round number 2. Yes, Dutchy, it's the real reel of gifts. With another winner. And yeah, we could also remove these nasty game tags of the GMs. Here in this reel, everyone is treated the same. There are no GMs and no streamers. And naturally, awesome. We did also a run, but our run was just a random run to test and be part in the event. I think we were quite behind, but we also used the Enlightenment. And
Hello, Mr. Majora.
oh, that was a close one for Salty. But maybe the next one is the one which going over. Yeah, hello Majora. And iTab also getting a booster here. That was number 5. 5 more to pick. Yeah, Timmy, it is a booster for you. And that's the reason why you should join every event. There's always a chance to get something here. And now Salty gets her booster. Another spin, another win. Next winner here. So let's spin the next round. That is number 8. Layer number 8 is Element G. And 2 more to go. Ah, it was so close.
And the Ducky.
And little Ducky gets a booster, which is probably be invested into the PvE league. And last booster of the stream. Let's roll. So, no booster from me, but for these 10 people, I hope you have a bit more luck than Volin today. No promo, but maybe it's in this 10 boosters, people. Maybe in this 10. Okay, and with that, we will...
Correct.
Right?
Dutchy asks for a redo. He wanted another outcome. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would prefer also to get a booster, but then I buy my own booster. I'm adult. I can do this. Before we send you off into the weekend, and yeah, Dolewan, I can switch over to the ranking for a short moment while I do the talking. I want to give a shout out to everyone involved in the event. That's of course our event manager, especially I guess Nuki, who did a lot of organizing on this specific. But also want to thank peoples like Volin, who helped here in the stream, but also in the preparation, which you don't saw, but there was a lot of talk going on. The people who had the chat with Volin about their run, so we could share more insight we might have missed there, like the nice strategy in the middle by Kapo. And of course, everyone in the event, so you, these nice people here in this ranking list. Without you, there won't be any event. So thank you to everyone. Before switching off, I want to give out 2 more shoutouts. 3. 1, if you like this challenge, you should check out the PvE League season number 2. There are still 2 more challenges to do. Well, there are 3, but the last one is only now for the upcoming weekend, so you only have 2 days to finish that. But still, 2 more, you can win stuff. You might want to check that out. Also, Kapo did the start of this month, the Crappy Community Contest number 10. Feel free to join. It is an epic battle between the Fire and the Shadow faction. I haven't tried it out, but I'm pretty sure it is a lot of fun playing these cards. And last but not least, and maybe more important, upcoming Sunday is a PvP tournament. It has been a while that we have that, and it will be streamed by Radical X. So if you're not interested in playing, feel free to check it out and watch it. There will be awesome PvP action. And
I'm
yes,
usually not a PvP player, but I can just recommend watching this even as PvE player. It's usually very entertaining, and if we have a good commentator like Togi or Radical, it's very enjoying to watch even as a PvE player, I can just tell you.
Yeah, and if you're a new guy, no problem to join. There are, at last I checked, 26 players. I think at this point even more, and they're ranging from beginners till high end, so you can check there. You have a good chance to have an equal opponent. And if your opponent is rank number 1, yeah, then you may learn something new there. But
no, if your opponent is rank number 1, you actually get a pity reward at this time.
Oh yeah, you're right. So you probably will lose that match, but you still will win boosters in the end. Okay. But now, for sure, we are at the end of the stream. Bolin, something to add?
Nothing to add. It was great to be here for showing these replays. I really liked the top 3 to see, and yeah, it was great just to be here once again.
Awesome. It was very nice to have you here too. Also in the preparation, it's always fun to have someone who is very interested in the runs and could share more information. I didn't have the time, and you most certainly could tell the people more about the strategies, why people did this in the top 3. That was very good for everyone here. And with that, I send you off into the weekend. Check out the PvP tournament on Sunday, and I wish you a great evening. See you in the next one. Till then.
Till then.